Hello and welcome back to Eco. Welcome back to Man versus Meteor, which is not in the sky at the moment. Oh well. Last time we started in on basic engineering. We got ourselves a windmill. We've got our Wainwright table going. We've kind of prepared a bunch of other things. We made a few bits of road, and today we're going to start laying that road. As you can see, I'm currently making mortar in my fire. That is because the stone roads require two things: crushed stone and mortar. So I queued up a whole bunch of mortar to get going. We have a whole bunch of those that like little wood pulp from cutting down trees. So we're just using that at the moment. Sand is a little hard to come by until we have our mining operation going, which is why I'm not using the mortar recipe for from masonry. But this should do. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab. All right, so it looks like I can carry 10. We're gonna start in on this just a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by putting there and there, just so we fill that hole. Now I'm gonna come down here, and we're gonna start our little journey through the desert. Now the main issue here is, all right, so we're gonna do that. Then we're gonna use our hammer here, pick that one up, because interestingly enough, things do not have to be supported in this game, but you do have to have a spot to start them off from. So that should give you an idea there. We're going to build a road out across over to there, because as you can see, most of the desert is kind of in the vicinity of this height, not that height. And you might be asking, why are we even bothering with the desert? Well, the answer to that is simple. Due to the way the game generates resources, the various types of metal are more common in the desert. So it'll theoretically make it easier to find. And in bigger deposits, etc., etc., etc. Easier to find is the main thing. So as you can see, we've got this a little bit here, but all of this is a big old mess. Well, there's a tool for that. And since we're now an engineer, we can now make the stone road tool. No, this does not make stone roads. It makes roads and is made of stone. A little confusing, but not overly. You should not be accessing that. And these guys, yeah, these guys should be higher up the list. I'm going to go ahead and grab that because that's what I was here for in the first place. Sometimes I think this stuff is just losing its, like, memory or something. I'm losing my memory some days. All right, let's go ahead and do this because now the reason I'm grabbing the food is because this is going to destroy it. So you just kind of use this like any other tool, except you use it on the ground and it turns regular ground into these little roads. Now, the main thing here. All right, so this type of road is just speed 1. You'll get slowed down by some of this stuff, but you won't get slowed down on this. And this is the same as these ramps. These are all 1. The actual stone road here, you can't see it yet because we don't have a vehicle. This is 1.4. And then there's the asphalt road, which is the top end, which is 1.8. So you nearly double your speed using the top end roads. Now, I don't care so much about the speed, but I do care about being able to, walk unimpeded. There we go. Some of these plants have interesting little bounding boxes, so you kind of got to be a little careful with them. And as you can see, this stone road tool is going fast. There are better versions of it, just like there are of all the other tools. But for the most part, I consider the stone to be on this one to be fine, because by the time we're making the better versions of this, we're pretty much making better versions of the roads to replace to increase the speed. Even though I said I don't care about that, it is something that a lot of people do care about. So on servers, you'll see these roads get replaced pretty quick, especially if they are one of the common things on servers is they will have the whatever the local government is fund road construction. So if you place down roadblocks, you get paid money, whatever the currency is in the on that server. So a lot of people will go and do that specifically to earn money. There we go. I still need to remove this dirt and clean it up a little bit, but for the moment, that's gonna do for that. Let's go ahead and make ourselves it'll probably be a 2 wide path, at least to our fire here, which will also give us access to that other door. I should probably make it 3 wide. Okay, so we're gonna go over the width of roads here real quick. So, generally speaking, you want to make your roads in odd numbers. 1 is only useful as a footpath. 2 is technically wide enough for a cart, but it is precarious. So that's why you want to go with 3, because that is wide enough for a cart and with a little bit of room to maneuver. 5 is the same thing as 3, except that 2 carts can go past each other, or the steam truck, the next vehicle up, can go with that extra room to maneuver. And then 7 is often used as well. The 5 is technically enough for 2 steam trucks to get past each other, but very precariously. So you kind of go up to either 6 or 7. 7 tends to be thing. People tend to stick to 5s though, because 5 is the width of the claim papers. So if you line them up right, you can basically have property right up to the edge of a road. So that's basically how that goes. As you can see, this stone road tool is pretty much spent already. Let's go ahead and just kind of use it up, getting a couple of bits here. There we go. That was the last one. It broke. We will go ahead and repair it. And we will pop it into storage. I don't really need the bow on me either. The rest of that stuff might prove useful. Let's dump the food into there. The seeds I don't care about so much. We're just gonna shove seeds in there. We'll get to using seeds eventually. Oh, if I don't have the bow on me, I probably don't need the arrows either. Was that in here I stuck it? No. It was in here I stuck it? Even if not, no, it isn't, but there's a bunch of other arrows there, so we'll just do that. Okay. So there we go. That's our start of our road. We're going to need a whole bunch more. Let's see what we can do about that. So, for the moment, since we can't crush stone, we are going to have to grab the pre-existing crushed stone. So, a little bit of this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bunch of this... Oh, wait a minute. I still have some more roads. I'm a dummy. Let's go ahead and use these to expand out our road. I only really need to get across this at the moment at the bare minimum. You know what, let's just do our 3 wide until we're across. We can expand it out to 5 wide. I'm going to leave that first row there, because that'll be useful to build off of. Yes, I could build off the side of this, but they're already in place. It's 2. It's not a big deal. Alright, I'm going to grab up a bunch of the crushed stone. I'm going to use that crushed stone in the mortar to make more of these stone roads, and I will come back when I'm ready to place a few more. I will see you shortly. Alright. Well, that happened just as soon as I decided to come back. Oh, it's... Alright, so that's a predator chasing a prey animal. They do that sometimes. That's fine. As you can see, I'm out here just kind of grabbing a little bit of wood. We're going to need it for something I want to do next. The roads are almost done, though, so I figured now would be a good time to go ahead, come back. I queued up 40 roads, which I think, I didn't count or anything, but I think should be enough to get at least our little 3 wide all the way across to that other portion of the desert. At which point, well, we're going to need something to start making proper use of that road, which will be the cart that I mentioned. Now, while that's going on, it's not there. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, the roads are done, but as you can see, we're up to level 4 on basic engineering already. These roads are a great way to level the skill and are necessary in large quantities, pretty much even in a solo. So, we were looking at the carts. Carts. So there should be... Not here, of course. Wainwright table. Wood cart. Now, there is a small wood cart that is unlocked from logging, but since we didn't have any roads, it's not terribly useful. The wood cart, however, is bigger, better, and will basically be our go-to until we are industrialized. So, we're going to need 2 wooden wheels, 3 boards, which we already have, a few hewn logs, which we theoretically already have. Let's go ahead and make a couple of wood wheels. How is that doing? 1.2, huh? We'll just make the 2 for the moment. I probably should be a little bit more conservative or a little bit more efficient with the resources, but we're just going to make what we need for the moment. So we got that going. Let's go ahead and just queue up the wood cart. And we will let that run while we head out and put down these roads. So let's go ahead and grab, unfortunately, 10 at a time. So sad. Only 10 at a time. Let's try and make a single footpath across first, because I think that'll end up making things a little bit easier to build. So we're just gonna kind of do this. We're not quite there, which I think means we might not have quite enough roads. Darn it, I was hoping to move on, but we might not quite be there yet. I might have been slightly off in my estimate. We'll see. We'll see how many more spaces this takes. Now, the desert sand, like this, which is actually counts as dirt when you pick it up, is going to be 0.8 speed, I believe. So it will slow us down, which is not good. Alright, there we are. We've got 3. Alright, so as you can see, 1 wide footpath. It will let us get to and from there without having to go up and down. Useful, but not super useful. The cart is almost done. You know what? Let's wait for the cart to be done. We can show you the cart and how useful it will be even in building roads. So where did the cart go? There it is. So let's rotate you that way. We'll put you right there. This here is our nice little wood cart. And whoop, alright, so you grab it by the handles to do that, and you come to the back here. This looks like Valgod's wood cart. And let's go ahead and we're gonna just start taking these. And look at that. I can do that. Can I stack that higher? No, it stacks to 10. There we go. So now we have all of our little roads with us. We grab the cart. We vaguely maneuver it. And we head right on down here. Doo. Here we are at the end of our road. I have released the cart. And now we grab this, and we basically have portable storage. That is the usefulness of the cart. And as you can see, oops, that's the wrong button, quite useful for doing things like laying out road. And it will be useful for doing things like transferring resources from, say, a mine or a logging site back to our base. Now, as you can see, the cart is too wide, but pretty much the full too wide, which is why we want this to be a 3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to alright, the it's always a little difficult to do this backwards. There we go. And the reason we want the 5 even for the cart is because of that turnaround right there. So as you can see, it's a little bit slower going up here, but as you can see down in the corner there by our mini-map, it's telling us, speed times 1, dirt ramp. This is our normal walking speed. Let's see if we hit that. Nope, okay, now it's just dirt road. We didn't hit the stone road quite well. But as you can see, the speed is displayed when you are in a vehicle, and pulling the cart counts as being quote-unquote in a vehicle. So that's good. Alright, so we're going to need a little bit more road before we get across there. Let's go ahead and just take a look at what I'm looking at across here, just to kind of get an idea of what I need to be thinking about. Alright, so we're here. Let's pull up our map. Alright, so desert looks to be going for quite a while, so I think what we will be able to do, we're probably going to want to turn north with our mine. So what we'll do is we'll just kind of start burrowing in here and then make our mine turn north. That sounds like a plan to me. So, alright, we'll fill up this last little gap here with some more stone road, which I do not need to waste your time showing me collecting all these little bits and bobs. And then we will come back, and I think it'll be time to unlock mining. But that'll probably be the last part of the episode? Maybe. We'll see. Either way, I will be right back once again. Back real briefly for a quick note. Yes, as soon as I stopped recording, I realized that it is in fact quicker to bring the cart down here and just fill the cart with this and then take it all the way back up. So no, I'm not going to be super inefficient with my time. But we will, once again, be right back. Alright, we are back again. I have put down another batch of roads. As you can see, I've gotten the 3 wide all the way across. I have started to widen it out to the 5 just a little bit. Kind of got, just the first one here, and I added another layer there, and then just kind of started working on that second, or that 4th row. So that'll be a thing that we do over time. Obviously, we need to get our mining operation up and going first. Of course, we are going to also need, is this, oh, see, that's, yeah, see, so I pick up the desert sand, it becomes dirt, but if I leave that dirt there, it's going to turn back into the desert sand, including if I tried to turn that into a dirt road. It would still turn back into the desert sand, which is why you need these, the stone roads in the desert. And the dirt ramps, however, work perfectly fine because they're a ramp, they're not a dirt block turned into a road. I don't really know how it works, but that is how it works. So let's see, can we, oh yeah, look at that, we can reap you. That's kinda, oh, what is all this? Oh, this gives us some plant fibers too. Interesting, interesting. Alright. Nice, nice. Now, obviously, we are going to need to start figuring out what we're going to do about our mine. Now, obviously, we are going to want to keep it relatively in line with this road, at least for the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just kind of move a bit of this dirt out of the way to the sides and such. That's the edge over there. Boop. Because eventually, we are going to be doing a few additional things with this whole mess. Now we can go 3 wide once we're going down, but I do kind of want a little bit of a room formed here. Just kind of for the sake of my own sanity. Because what we theoretically could do is we could theoretically put a masonry table down here as well. There's nothing stopping us from having multiple in useful locations. That will require a room, although not a whole big old one. So, let's see. Let's just kind of do this. Because what I think I'd like to do, yeah, we'll save the rest of that for a better material, because it does need to be not that. So we'll just start here. We're still gonna move a bit of this out of the way. So you know what? There we go. We're gonna start our, well, no, we'll go ahead and do our 5 wide until the end there. And then we'll do our 3 wide. Maybe we need to go one more. Because the ramps are 4, and that's only going to be 3. Maybe we go back one more? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. As you can see, I'm not really looking to use this dirt for much at the moment. Yeah, we'll go back one further. That way our first ramp will be right there. Because we still have a bunch of those ramps from before. And now we're not going to be able to do a dirt roof because it doesn't work that way. There we go. That should just about clear the path. We're just going to need to get these little guys out the way. And we're just kind of going to go ahead, grab those ramps. We'll go down. We should probably bring the cart down. And this will just kind of get us the start of our mining operation, which we can start the mining operation just fine. So we'll do that in a moment. For now, what we do still need is the Arastra and another windmill. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead, we'll order one of these up. We can make it now that we have the basic engineering skill. The rocker box is made here too. We're going to need that eventually as well. Should I go ahead and make one? You know what? We're going to go ahead and make one. Why not? I don't need it yet, but we will need it eventually. We're going to need some stockpiles. That's definitely a thing we're going to need. See, the wheelbarrow's a thing that exists too. Yeah, minimal loads. I'd rather use the cart, thanks. Small stockpile. I just want a regular stockpile. Here we go. That's the 5x5. Let's make like 3 of those. We're not going to set this up just yet, but we're going to want those eventually. I did want to grab these guys, so let's go ahead. We're going to... Well, you know what? We could probably just move all these over to the wood cart. That's probably the best plan. Then we'll just take the cart on down. To where we are starting our little mine. Although I think most of next episode is going to be getting this properly set up. However, right now, we are just mainly looking at it. Okay, 1.2 speed on the road. I thought it was 1.4 for some reason. Oh, and it's 0.9 speed in the distance. I think maybe the servers I've been playing on modify the speed a little bit. That must be what happened. That might be why I'm used to a different number. Now, one of the main problems here is this. So this is a spot we're going to have to do something about sooner rather than later. But probably not right now. Now, we could do anything as simple as put flooring in, to putting proper stone roads in, etc., etc. It's just a matter of the natural terrain doesn't meet up well with the ramps, and that can cause a few issues. Oh, hey, look at that. We've just got level 5 in our basic engineering. We're shooting for level 6, remember. Level 6 will give us access to the basic upgrade 4, which will also give us access to our top end specialized ones. So we'll be able to start specializing out some of these machines. The one that we're not really going to be able to do that too well with is the carpentry table, since there are 3 different specialties that function out of that machine. But even so, the specialty ones still function as a upgrade 4 for outside its type, so it's not too big a loss. We just gotta pick which one we need the most. But that is probably about to do it. So I think I should be able to do things like this. What I think I want to do is basically just make a little 3 wide here. Oop, didn't mean for you to go there. I wanted you to go there. There we go. So if I do a 3 wide here, and just start making my mine shaft 3 wide for cart access. Oh, hey, there's the Meteor. Look at that. We're still under a full day. So yeah, if I start doing that, I think we go one more. Ooh. Let's do this. Look at this sneaky little sneakiness. You just kind of sneak a roof in while we're able to build one. Look at that. Excellent. Now, it's not going to work there, but what I can do is I can now start loading up the dirt into here, take it back up there to make more dirt ramps, which will of course be important as we descend into the mine. Oh, now look, now there's a natural sand block. I don't need that. I'm not that hard up for mortar. And it's not directly in my way, so I'm going to leave it. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, I think, is in between episodes here, I am going to start... Oh, hello. I am going to start working on getting the mine proper up and running. And as you can see, we're actually going to get access to a little bit of sand as we do this. So I think next episode, we will come back. I will have us down to a level where we're at least getting stone. And then we will probably worry about taking the actual mining skill and set up the mine the rest of the way properly. But that is going to do it for this episode. So, until next time, have a good one.